Hello guys, what's good? So let's do some forecast and see what's going on with the markets. We're going to start with a DXY. So you know the monthly candle just closed last week. So we are going to see what is going on. All right. So DXY has been trading in this channel, rising channel right here for some time. It has been trading in this channel since 2008 to this day, bro. This is a long time. This is the longest channel I've ever seen. But anyway, it has been trading, going up to fill the the full retracement of this massive sell-off. So DXY had this massive sell-off, and then it has been creating this ascending channel to fill the full retracement. So it went all the way up to 78.60% Fibonacci level, and then immediately after it filled the gap. So definitely we had a liquidity sweep up here, so we're going to mark out our ABC. So we had this inducement right here, and then we had this gap right here, right? So this gap was clearly corresponding with our Fibonacci level full retracement of the 78%. So immediately when after price tapped there, it started selling massively. Now normally a rising channel is an indication of a sell continuation. It's a sell continuation pattern, so it be creating liquidity along the way that of course will be swept later. Now I'm not saying that we are finally going to see a breakout on the DXY, but it is possible, because as I've told you, the rising channel is a sell continuation. So normally after a strong sell-off, we can see a rising channel or a rising wedge or a bear flag, where the price will now break down to go and sweep all this liquidity. So something that like that could happen, although I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I don't know. I will just be seeing and reacting to the price, but basically it could happen. So we were trading inside this channel because it was going somewhere, and now that that somewhere is filled, there is a high reason for the DXY to break out of this channel and continue selling. So another thing that we should consider is also we have this zone. So all the prices below, we are seeing a sell. The prices above, we are seeing buys, and right now we are currently trading below this zone. So that is also a strong indication of a sell continuation. But the only problem we have is that we did not get a full retracement on this move right here. On this move, we did not see a good retracement. So it is possible the price could go back up here to this zone, the 38% or the 50%, or maybe it could go all the way up to the 61%. Who knows? But right now I'm not trying to commit on the buys because of the trend line. So we can say that on the monthly time frame, we got a strong rejection from the trend line, and then when we go down on the weekly time frame, we can see that we also got a strong rejection from the candle. So also on the weekly time frame, we have this bull flag right here. So the price has been trading inside this zone right here. So we are going to draw another 50% of this zone. So any prices below this zone is sales. Any price above this zone is buy. So we could see something. If we see something like this, this would be a clear indication of a sell, of a massive sell, a major crash for the USD. But in the meantime, we'll be looking for buys, because we cannot ignore this, that the price is rejecting off both of the trend lines. So this is like a clear confirmation that we can see DXY rising for a bit. So we are not going to ignore this. So next week I'm probably going to be looking for buys on DXY. So when we go on the daily time frame, we can see the buying momentum is actually stepping in like crazy. So on the forward time frame, we have this as our highest point and this one as our lowest point. So So we can see price bouncing off. If we are going to continue sales, I will be looking at this zone and this zone if we continue going up. So looking at 1 hour time frame, we can see that on this zone, on the extreme zone, we have our ABC. So the price set liquidity there, and then we broke to the downside here. So this is our B that we'll be looking at. So the price could basically potentially come all the way up to here, but still the golden ratio cannot be ignored. Anyway, so we have this as our liquidity level, so price is unlikely to go back down here. So basically we can see price bouncing, first breaking up here and then coming back. So anyway, so DXY is short time buy for now. In my opinion, I'll be looking for buys in this zone right here. Right, so as you know, we use DXY as the confluence to trade other pairs. So we are going to look at EU first, and we see what is going on with EU. So let's start with the monthly time frame, see what happened. So EU, as DXY, also EU, we've been trading in this channel for a while. So this is interesting. So DXY, we saw that price did not break below the channel, and yet on the EU it actually broke above the channel. So while DXY is getting a full retracement, we can see Euro USD coming down to this level for a full retracement before continuing to the upside. So remember, this zone is very important. So when we are trading this, when we are trading trend line, we want to see price liquidate this trend line right here, go back, trade above it, and then come back to retrace it. So when we are trading only trend lines, this is like a plus setup, right? We see price liquidating down here, breaking to the upside, and then coming back to retrace it right here. So that is so this is a monthly time frame. With that in mind, we have to go back to the so we have a strong rejection on the monthly, but still it is not clear whether it is a sell, right? So we're going to go to the weekly time frame and see what's going on. So going down to the weekly time frame, we can see that we got a strong rejection from this trend line right here. So we have also this trend line, well, we cannot say that the price is going to come back all the way right down here. So we are going to put another trend line on the 50%. So when the price is above this trend line, probably we are still in a very, very bullish market. So we could see EU coming back down here to continue the buys, or it could actually just break out from here. So we could see the price coming back down here to continue the uptrend. So let's go down to the daily time frame and see what's going on. So the daily time frame, we are seeing the same thing. So pulling our Fibonacci from this zone to the highest point, we can see that the golden ratio is down here. So short time, we are going to sell, short time selling until we go to this zone, and then from this zone we will see whether price is going to break out from the downside or break out to the upside. So basically this is the price, this is the zone that we are going to be watching on EU, but probably on the short time we are selling, short time sales. So like as we saw on DXY, we also have our B right here. So basically we could see price coming back all the way down here to cover to take out all this liquidity before we continue to the upside. So that's it for EU. Let's try to see to check on GU and see what's going on. GU. Okay, so when we check on GU, we can see that GU has also been trading below this trend line here, but it actually broke out and even retraced. So oh my god, this is so bullish. This is so bullish, bro. GU, I don't know. You can just continue buying, all right? But we are not going to decide for GU. Let's go down to the weekly time frame and see what's going on with GU. So we have our trend line up here. We also have our downtrend right here. So the way the monthly candle closed also is a bit bullish, and we see a rejection on the weekly candle. So going down on the daily candle, we see the same thing as EU. So going down to the forward time frame, we can see pulling out our Fibonacci level from this zone right here. So price is most likely to come back all the way down here to either the golden ratio or the 78.8%. But this is our zone of buying GU. As for now, GU looks actually so bullish than EU. So that's it. Going to the 1 hour time frame, we are also looking for short time sales. So basically we are going to keep watching this zone right here. So if I see price coming back to this zone, I'm probably going to hope in sales, and all the way till down here basically. So we shall see how price react. So but overall we are short time sales and long time buys on GU. All right, so what other pair should we look at? Let's go on USD Swiss franc. So in USD Swiss franc, we can see clearly that price actually broke down, committed to sales with a full momentum, selling momentum. Going down to the weekly time frame, we can see that this pair has been trading inside this descending channel right here, but it just broke out and it closed the candle outside. All right, so going to the daily time frame, we can see that actually this pair has committed to sales. This is why I think DXY is going to continue selling. So pulling out our Fibonacci level, we can see this pair coming back to this zone, to the golden ratio. So the Fibonacci is so we can see price coming back all the way here before it actually continued the sales. So basically that's it for USD Swiss franc. So another pair I want us to look at is BTC. Oh my god, damn. So going on the monthly time frame, we can see that BTC has been selling for 4 months straight. BTC has been selling. All right, so last month BTC went and filled this imbalance. It went and filled this imbalance immediately. It started selling and took out this low right here. So on the weekly time frame, we can see that BTC has actually committed to sales. It has broken it has broken the structure here. All right, so I was hoping for BTC to come back all the way to the golden ratio from down here, but it actually did not. So as I told you guys, when the market is selling off massively, we can already see price bouncing from the 38.20%. So for BTC right now, I'm not going to touch it. I'll just be watching, but when I see a good entry for sales, I'll enter BTC. So this is a weekly time frame. Pulling the Fibonacci from the lowest to the highest point, we can see BTC going back to this zone. All right, so this is the zone where we'll be looking for buys between 57k to 39k. So in this zone, this is where we'll be looking for buys, but do not think about buying BTC in this zone. In this although I tried to enter buys last week, but I was wrong. So on the daily time frame, we can see that BTC is actually going all the way. So for the sales, we want BTC to come back all the way up here if we want to look for sales, because this will be like our liquidity, our first break of structure here, our first break of structure, and then this is our B. So for us to look for any sales in BTC, we want this high to be taken out. If it is not taken out, we will basically wait for another setup to form before we enter the sales. But before that, this is our zone right here. So basically we will be looking for sales if this high is swept. So that is BTC daily. When we go the forward time frame, we can see still the same thing. So still the same thing. We'll probably be looking for buys, for sales up here, right? Okay, guys. So that's it for my breakdown. So just a quick recap. We'll be looking to sell GU short time to all the way down here. And then we'll be looking to sell EU short time to all the way down here. So when price goes in the zone, only then we'll be looking for the next course of action. So probably if we see price rejecting from this zone, this is where we'll be looking for buys. Okay. All right, guys, bless up.